You know, guys, as much as I want to yell right now, this team went from greatness to terrible. I'm just going to say it right now, guys. We're trash. We are 100% trash. You know why? We didn't do our jobs right. The NFL has cursed us to death, and we are just slopping like flies right now. We are swooping our own schedule of this team. The Falcons have no regard of winning games. Each season, every draft, every selection, every decision, every opportunity we give that's handed to us, we cannot grasp it. We cannot hold it, we cannot protect it, and we definitely cannot use it. We have lost so many terrible teams right now in the season, guys. In our first game, we lost to the Bucks, 23-20. We lost to the Panthers. They stomped us, 31-0, which was terrible because it really pissed me off. It really did. Next, we move on to we were going on point to the fact that we were doing so great. We beat two impossible teams. That's Vikings and the Bills. And what I've heard, that every time in every conference talk I hear from the Falcons are just lacks of lies. Because each team they face and each team that loses to a sorry team, they lie and they say the exact same thing on social media. Oh, we gotta do better. Oh, we just gotta be better. We gotta turn the tables. No. Because practice ain't gonna fix nothing as you lose to a sorry team that has 0% of terrible defense and offense at the same time, and y'all still lost to Panthers twice, and not only that, to the Jets. It really got messed up is the fact that you guys lost to the Seahawks. Y'all lost to the Seahawks by 9-37. The game was tied. And when halftime started, when halftime was over, when it was trying to be back on the field, you know what the Seahawks did? They swooped us like a fly. They slapped us in the hardest they could in our faces and scored on our butts. And we haven't gotten no touchdowns whatsoever because right now we're in a predicament where we lose our best players, our receivers are injured, our best quarterback is injured, and we have a sloppy roster right now that cannot do work. And we also got a 37-year-old man who's playing in the NFL that should have been retired during his Minnesota days and just swooped out and just out of nowhere, Raheem brings him in. We sign him a deal, money, and we pay him so much money to play games, to win football games, which is your job. And not only that, you're 37 and you still cannot win. You still cannot play like you used to back in your days. Because you know why? The offense isn't giving you much credit. The offense isn't protecting you. The offense is letting you get slipped, get sacked. Each time you hike the ball, Kirk Cousins loses everything, the opportunity to throw a football down the field. Each time, that is your job. Have you not been playing football this time? Because it seems like you haven't been getting some extra, experience from Michael. Even Michael's slipping away too, and he ain't playing that good because the offense is pretty much bonkers. We are bonkers. And not only that, we are eliminated from the playoffs. I just don't see any hope anymore, guys. I really don't. I mean, something has to change. At least the coaching staff has to change, not the players, because you can't blame the players. I mean, they're giving it their all, And the defense is solid, but the offense is slacking. Now everyone on social media is saying that fire Raheem. And I agree. But they can't just fire him in the middle of the season if it hasn't ended, which is it is ending because we have at least a few games left. And our last game was against the Saints, and we already know what's going to happen. We already know what's going to happen if we face against the Saints. They're going to stop us, they're going to punch us, they're going to attack us, everything they got, and we're just going to flack. We're going to flack out. We're going to flunk out everything and go back home and reset everything, I hope. Because as soon as our last game ends, Raheem has to be fired. That's just my opinion. What they should have done the moment they had their chance, if Arthur Blank just chose the right coach, what they should have done in 2024, they should have hired a better coach than Raheem. Even though after all those interviews with Bill Belichick, Ben Johnson, all those coaching staffs, and right for very moments, we wait a few hours, a few days, and next thing we know, we get Raheem. Oh boy, Raheem comes back. He knows the coaching staff. He knows these players because he's been working for us since the beginning. The very beginning, we had Matt Ryan. Even though he wasn't a coach, but he was an assistant coach. Or assistant defensive coordinator, I believe, I guess. I don't know. But not only that, he comes to the team and comes to the conference meeting and say, oh, we're going to change things around. We're going to go to the Super Bowl. We're going to make some new difference right here for this team. We're going to make some wins. We're going to do our best to win. And look where it got it. Look where it got you. In the point where you believe that this team can actually win games because of you. And you brought all these guys, these defensive coordinators, these offensive coordinators, who can't do jack crap. Who is terrible at their jobs, and you're just not seeing it. You ain't seeing it because you think that this team is the only team, this is the only answer for all our problems. Dude, Jimmy Lake didn't do anything, and our defense was terrible. You fired him, and now you bring in Jeff Ulbrich, which is currently great. Jeff Ulbrich knows some defense stuff. And even though he was a defensive coordinator and coach for the Jets, and I'm grateful that he did that. And not only that, you bring in Zach Robinson, the guy that worked side by side with you when you guys were coaching against the Rams, that leads you guys to the Super Bowl only one time. One time against the Bengals, and y'all won. In 2020. During COVID, of course. Now it comes to the very end, the fact that Raheem, Zach, it's time for you guys to go. Y'all done good, but it wasn't good enough. Y'all did your job, and now it's time to vamoose out of here. I just hope this team gets healthy. I wish the best of luck of their whole entire year and come out strong, because obviously they do not have a first round draft pick. They have a second round all the way to 7, which they gave up their first round pick to the Rams just to get, a defensive tackle. James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee. And it just got me to the point, we should have kept that first round pick. We should have kept it. But no, they wanted an edge rusher, so they had to. They had no choice. They wanted to get James Pierce Jr., which he's good. But honestly, at this point, we're 4-9. I don't even care if they had to face against the Bucks. I don't even care if they had to face against the Rams or the Saints, because that's the only 3 teams we got facing so far. The Bucks, the Rams, and the Saints. And once that's all done, once we all lose those games, it's over. I just don't know what to say, guys. This breaks my heart, the fact that I always thought that there was hope for this team. I really do. I really thought there was hope that we could actually win games. with this coaching staff. I really don't. So, but Arthur Blank seems like he doesn't know what he's doing when he's hiring folks. I think he's got management trust issues because he's an old man. I get that. But enough of that. I'm just a YouTuber, so I don't know nothing about coaching or any of NFL. But what I do know is that we're losing. We've lost everything. We've been eliminated, and that's the only thing I care about: winning football games. And if I was Arthur Blank, I would fire Raheem. Like, literally, off the chart. I would drag him to the office and tell him you're fired. That is if I had this position to do so. But I would. If I was Arthur Blank. But I'm not. Okay, guys. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Until then, stay tuned.